Welcome back, my friends, to your channel. We are going to continue to talk about RAID configuration and RAID types. But please, before we continue, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Moving on to RAID 10. RAID 10, as the image shows you, it consists of RAID 0 with RAID 1. As we say in the beginning, that RAID 0 is used to fasten the return of data with the other type of RAIDs. As you may see here, we will write on both RAID 1. The available RAID 1 will get the written data, and the data is also conserved using RAID 1. For example, if we lost disk 1, it will not matter. If we lost disk 3, it will not matter. Just replace the disk. If we lost disk 1 and disk 3 at the same time, it will not matter at all. We just replace both disks, and then RAID 1 will rebuild the data, while RAID 0 help us to fasten the write of data on both RAIDs. Similarly, we go to RAID 50, which is also a combination of RAID 0 and RAID 5. As well, we are fastening the write of data on both RAID 5s using RAID 0, and in the same time, we are conserving the data with RAID 5. As well, in RAID 60, it also fasten the return of data using RAID 0 and conserve the data using RAID 6 configuration. Now that we get to know what RAID is, we are going to see real examples. We will start with a server. Once we boot a server, we will see that, as you may see here, it's stated to press Ctrl R in order to run the RAID configuration and start the RAID configuration. Now when I press Ctrl R, it will get me into the RAID configuration. As you may see here, I have one virtual disk of size 558 gigabyte, which means that I have disks of size 600 gigabyte. If I open the physical disks, we will see that we have two physical disks, each of size 600 gig, which means they are configured as RAID 1. Here we may see all about the configurations, and of course, as you may see, that we don't have any hot spare to add to this configuration. And down it states to us how to start the configuration, what to press in order to start the configuration. When I press and enter the configuration, I can name the virtual disk, and I can choose the physical disks, as you may see here, what physical disks to add to the RAID. Then I'll press OK in order to save my RAID configuration. Another example here is another storage. As you may see, we are inside the RAID management, where I have 16 hard disks. All are online, and all are added to the same disk group. Now I can see that I am creating one disk group with all the 16 hard disks in the same group, which is optimal and non-RAIDed. Now when we go to the logical disks to configure the RAID, you can see here that I already configured using RAID 6, and it is optimal, which means that all of the hard disks are added to the RAID correctly. Yet another example, inside the storage, we go to storage manager. As you may see here, we can see all about the disks that are installed inside this storage. We have 12 disks. If we go to the disk pool, we having one pool for all the hard disks. If you may notice that not all the hard disks are of the same size, which means when the configuration will be done on the lowest hard disk size, which is 9.1 terabyte. If we continue with the configuration, we will see that there is no hot spare, and there is no SSD caching. We didn't use any disk for hot spare, and no SSD for caching. If we continue to the volume, we can see that we created a RAID 6 configuration, which gave us a total of 87.28 terabyte with all the hard disks. This will be all about RAID configuration. Please don't hesitate to ask any question. I'm waiting for your comments, my friends. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos to come.